going to the game, I'm going to be playing Kayle and show you how to use her in the jungle. In this matchup, we're currently up against Jarvan, and in a Kayle versus Jarvan, this is an advantage for Jarvan, obviously in the early to mid, due to having higher damage, stronger ganks, and faster clear. The only way that we can win the jungle matchup is by scaling, so once we reach late game, at least 3 items, then definitely we have the advantage over the Jarvan. But before that, we have to play smart and keep farming as much as possible. The best thing that we can do is go for counter ganks. If we know where Jarvan will gank, we can just go to that lane as well and then use our ult to prevent our laners from getting bursted. The clear that I'm doing is a red side clear into a full clear because I'd like to path towards this Fizz. Tryndamere should have an advantage, and this way, we also dodge the Jarvan, who's most likely gonna be pathing from the red side up until the bot side. Pike goes down, which is not good. When playing Kayle, you have to pray that your lanes don't lose their lane because you have no gank potential with this champion early on. I have no idea why TF is losing to Nautilus. Maybe he got hooked, but it's fine as long as he doesn't die. Looking at the position though, I know that TF is gonna die since he burned his flash while Nautilus still has his. Yup. As I said, Nautilus flashing in, getting a kill, but even though I have 0 gank potential, surely I can kill a Nautilus with 1 bar HP. And this is perfect because with Kayle, you wanna get as much gold as possible, and that's one way that you can get that. Topside, another gank happening, or another fight. But Tryndamere is able to get the upper hand, which is good because I get to be able to farm my jungle. I see Jarvan at the bot side. If, in case Jarvan is topside, we have no choice but to give the scuttler. So when you play weak junglers in the early game like Kayle, you have to pray that the opposing jungler is not at your scuttle. Another gank happens mid. TF is able to live. Hopefully, he just farms the lane. There's a high chance though that he will get dove. Yup, I don't know why he picked red card. But you know what? It's fine. 1-for-1 trade, we'll take it. He goes down again and I see that Nautilus is running towards me. I try to look for the chase, but even though he has half HP, I have no damage. I try to poke him. Kraken Slayer doing a lot of work. But as soon as he hooks away, I can't chase him down. Especially since there's a fruit right there. No problem, we get level 5. The best thing that's happening right now is that we're not getting invaded and the opponents are not snowballing. What you want to do with Kayle is pray that your team goes even. You don't even need them to go ahead. If they fall behind a bit, it's fine. You just need to be able to farm properly, and your first power spike is at level 10. TF I know has no flash, and I'm here for a counter gank. Pike is there, they have no more spells. I use my ulti for the Pike, but he runs away. A bit of a miss synergy. If he ran into the Jarvan, I think he dies there with the ulti damage, and I still have smite. But it's fine, as long as nothing else is happening in the map. Tryndamere should have the advantage in the matchup, so I don't need to gank that lane. He has ulti to counter the Fizz. The only lane that I have to worry about is the mid lane, because Jarvan plus Nautilus can easily burst down the Twisted Fate. With our camps back up, you always want to use your time into farming the camps. And another tip about Kayle is that when you're level 5, you get access to your range version, but you can still go melee form and do AoE damage to the camps. I'll show you guys later in the Raptors once I clear the red. So if you're at range form, you have no AoE damage, but once you go beside the minions, you will get your AoE damage once again. So that's another tip about clearing with Kayle jungle. You also want to use her skill in between auto attacks so you can maximize her clear speed. I go mid again just in case there's a gank that goes on. Nautilus can possibly go for an ult, so I just wait for a possible counter gank. Jarvan is also missing, but once the wave is pushed, we just go back and buy our item. Instead of going for the boots, I go for first item Nashors because this would give me a faster clear as well as bigger burst in terms of damage. The boots that I'm going for is mana boots, and mana boots does not do anything to help me clear the jungle faster. That's why I want to prioritize Nashor's Tooth over the boots item. Bot side, another clash happens. Senna is able to dodge the hook, but it's fine. Still quite an even game, and we are in a good position right now. Having an even game is favorable for us because this gives us time to scale. When you play late game scaling champions, you always want to go for the Herald, but since Jarvan is here, I'm immediately asking for help. Try to kite the Jarvan. He has no EQ. Used it earlier. And as soon as he uses combo, I pop my ult as well and immediately counter him. As I said earlier, Fizz is in, but I flash his combo and we just outplay both of their laners. Really good fight there. Burning the Jarvan ult and the Fizz leap. So not only do we get 2 kills, we also get free Herald. We also get a kill onto the Nautilus, and things are looking great right now. That's the best thing that you can do with Kayle, is to use your ultimate to mitigate their burst damage. You don't want to use your ultimate at the last possible second, you want to use it at their burst potential. Jarvan flashing out, but we have enough damage right now. Nashor's Tooth giving me quite a good power spike with the Kraken Slayer gives me damage in the early game. Another thing about Kayle is that you have to go Kraken Slayer, because if you don't go Kraken Slayer with Kayle, it means that you're telling your team that you're gonna go AFK for the first 9 levels. At least with this setup, you have damage pre-level 10. With Nashor's Tooth, we get Herald and a possible Dragon. This is quite risky with TF going down, and the Dragon did not follow me, so we had to go for a reset. And now I have no flash, so we go for the flip, ultimate, E, smite. At least we take the Dragon. And at this point, this is good, because taking the Dragon would deny a possible Dragon Soul for the enemy team. Another fight happens bot side. As long as they don't die, it's fine for me. Pyke is coming. Jarvan is playing a bit greedy. They're also playing greedy. At least Twisted Fate is there for the counter gank. Gets another kill. Jarvan's out of position. Yep, gets a last hit. And since we win the bot lane fight, we can just farm up the mid and get some gold. Currently at level 9. Your second goal for Kayle is to get level 10 as soon as possible. Level 10 Kayle gives her a huge power spike, giving her AoE damage in the ranged form as well as bonus damage. So what we're doing right now is that we're farming our camps yet again. Bottom lane doing a good job pushing the tower, and we are stabilizing well into the game. We may not be the richest, but as long as we have steady form of income, we should be good. You want to always farm. If you can tax a wave, then you can go for the tax. Just make sure that there's no one close so that your team doesn't get tilted. So with all of my camps up, you just want to continue farming. Go into melee form, third skill, hit a lot of minions, and continue my Raptor clear. Kayle jungle gets faster, especially when you reach level 10. And look at that. Look how strong the power spike is once I reach level 10. As long as I'm able to proc my passive, then things should be really good. I randomly got disconnected. I don't know what happened, so sorry for the interruption, but we will be back a bit shortly. Okay, we're back. I think I got disconnected for about 30 seconds. I have no idea what happened, but looking at the kills, we're able to go for a 2-for-1 trade plus a tower mid lane. Not bad. We'll take it, and now we're here. I got a bit tilted. I misclicked my ulti, so we're not able to save the TF, but at least we're able to get a trade, taking down the Senna, and Nautilus is a free kill as well. Try to get the last hits, of course, since this will elevate our gold, giving us more farm. And with their top tower open, we should get this for free, but with the Jarvan playing a bit greedy, we look to kite him away. Riftmaker is now up. He might be going back again, so I cancel my TP, look for the burst. First kill auto third. Force him to flash. Unfortunately, I didn't smite, but it's okay. The moment he EQ'd there, he was already dead. Tries to look for the kill, and what happened to this guy? He's only 200 gold right now, 0-6. Their Jarvan is kinda tilted with all that's happening, and we get a tower. Riftmaker, really good power spike for Kayle. If you're able to proc your passive plus get Riftmaker proc, then your DPS will be high in the coming team fights. Another question that I get is whether you go AP or AD Kayle. I've been liking AP Kayle more because it has more utility with a heal and burst potential. With Sibir, I don't know why Nautilus is diving in. I try to help her. I have my ultimate, but their Nautilus is just kinda tanky and their Senna stopped me from being able to help. At the end of the day, at least our AD is still alive and we go back to our jungle and farm our camps. Dragon is spawning soon in 25, so we wanna position ourselves near this. Tryndamere gets a kill bot side, and at this point, our team is just popping off right now, which is really good. Because the better my team performs, the faster I'm able to scale. I just take all my camps and then position myself for the objective. A fight happens bot lane. Jarvan with 1 HP immediately burst him and forcing the Senna flash. This means that without their jungler, this should be another free objective for us to take. Infernal Dragon, really good, and there should be no contest from the opposing side. As I was saying earlier, I prefer AP because this gives me time to burst the opponent. Unlike AD Kayle, you have to go near and auto-attack before becoming useful. AP Kayle has much more utility than AD Kayle. It's just that AP Kayle's damage is a bit weaker in the early game, but once it gets to the late game, it should be similar to the AD build. We go back to base. Third item we go for is Rabadon. Once we get our Rabadon, this will give us a big spike in our burst potential. So not only do we have strong DPS, our burst is also good, especially if we're able to combo the first, third auto. So first, auto, third, take down the Senna, get her pretty low, 1 HP, and then pop our ulti to counter the Kai'Sa damage as well as the Senna ult. And we just destroy them. See how strong Kayle is. And this is just with 2 items. So once I get my Rabadon, my burst will be even stronger. Jarvan is someone we want to chase. I try to go for the Q flash. I don't know if I made a mistake or it doesn't work. I think it just doesn't work, but it's fine. Their jungle goes down and this should be a free Baron for us to take. 3 members are down. I just wait for my team to start, and the only issue here is that I don't have my smite. But looking at their position, there's no way that they can go for the contest. We take Baron. I don't know what my teammates are doing mid. They're playing a bit greedy. And after this, we just want to farm our camps yet again. All of them are up. Rabadon is also up. So what we do is we just farm our camps. Raptors and Krugs are still up. Try to avoid the fight, and we can even go for a bot lane push. But Twisted Fate already saw the lane, but it's okay. Because what I do here is I go close to the minions so that even though Twisted Fate is able to clear, I'm able to get some XP out of that. Now I get my Rabadons almost level 14. We're really ahead, 12k gold at the 13-minute mark. Not that bad. And the only thing that's wasted here is our Baron buff. But it's fine, we don't need to be in a rush since we have a lot of strong scaling champions. Jarvan is trying to push our top tower, but we're there to immediately burst him down. And now, he's only worth 100 gold. They get a trade though with Severe falling down. Didn't see what happened at the bot lane. It's fine. There's another possible tower that we can get. If they show up, I still have my ulti to go for a turn. Luckily, we take this for free with no resistance. And now, with their Raptors up, we wanna take their farm so that we can scale even faster. Red is also up. This should be pretty free. Twisted Fate with the ulti. I don't know why Tryndamere took it, but it's fine. We try to look to burst someone, but with them at the tower, it's gonna be very risky. And even though we have a lot of damage, the main weakness of Kayle is that she's very weak against crowd control and she's very squishy. That's why you have to have good positioning. Wait, a fight happens. I misclicked the TF, but it's fine. We immediately burst the Jarvan. We just need to go close before we burst down people. And as I was saying, this is one of the weaknesses of Kayle. If you don't have ulti and you're against assassins, Kayle is very squishy and can get easily bursted. So this is a throw with 4 of us going down. Severe getting at least 1 kill, but with the Senna and Fizz, good teamwork, they get an ace. So the last thing that we want to do is throw the game, but at least there's no objectives that they can take. The biggest thing that they can get is possibly the mid tower, and with the objective spawning in 25 seconds, that's something we want to get. Crown is now available for me to get, and we take this, giving us more durability. The next thing that we need is more tankier stats. Crown is perfect, gives us AP plus a shield to prevent us from getting bursted in one combo. With the dragon up, I want to get my level 15 first. I am 3/4 the way. As long as they don't start it immediately, I can get some chance to scale up. So I'm trying my best to clear the minions as fast as possible. Twisted Fate chose topside, and that would give them confidence. Never mind, they fight 1v1 at the top. Hopefully TF wins. Yep, 1 HP. So this is a 4v4. I'm now level 15, and unfortunately, they immediately started the dragon, and I just get perma-stunned. I make a mistake here because I didn't know that the stun will last for so long. So what I did is R-flash, but as soon as I flashed, my ultimate just ran out, and we lose the 4v4. But at least we did our job, because with the Fizz going down and their inhibitor exposed, Twisted Fate just goes for the top and takes down the Nexus. So really good play, and that is how you can play Kayle in the early game so that you can be a monster's late scaling champion. Twisted Fate gets MVP, but it's fine, it deserved. It didn't reach to the point where I could carry 1v9. 26k damage, and not bad for Kayle. Even though we didn't get to the late game, this just goes to show the potential of this champion. So that is it for Jungle Kayle. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.